In this video we're carving a bishop for a chess set, and this starts the same way as all of the other pieces except for the knight. So we're making a cylinder, and the diameter of the base is again 20 millimeters. But this time the height of the cylinder is going to be 50 millimeters. So that's about 2 inches. And again, the important thing is to get the base to be the right size, and the rest of it doesn't matter that much because we're gonna slim this down quite a bit. And that is the next thing that we're gonna do. We're again leaving about 7 millimeters here on the bottom for the base. And then we're gonna make some sweeping cuts that end here on the top. The rough cut version of the sweeping cut works great. And then these lower parts can be made with the push cut version of the sweeping cut. Next we're going to start carving the hat part of the piece. It's going to be pretty pointy, apart from this small ball on the top. So it's going to be something like that. And then the rest of the shape is going to be pointy for now. So we can carve something like that by slimming down the top. Now that I have this very basic sketch here on the front, it makes sense to mark this bottom part of the hat before I carve where the sketch is. And that is so that we can have a better idea of the proportions. It's very easy to make a mistake if you're just working on one part and then you don't see the entire picture and then you leave too little space for the rest. But now I know where it ends and I can confidently keep on removing wood from here. And very soon also start creating the curvature over here on the side. We don't want to do a lot of unnecessary work, and for that reason it's a good idea to create that ball shape here on the top. So I'm continuing by making some stop cuts. And then this part just needs to be made rounder from all around. It also should be quite a bit smaller. That's good enough for now. This part is still way too big, but it's gonna probably take some hits when we make this part curved. So it's better to keep it this way for now and then only polish it later. So right now this needs to be made a lot pointier. That means removing this blocky part with some push cuts. Once this is starting to get a little bit rounder and pointier, you can also start working on this part. Most of the time it's better to work towards a rough shape instead of just polishing one area and then going to the next one. So what we're looking for over here is to make this bit a lot thinner, something like that. These very small and thin push cuts are definitely the key to this rounding process. Now that this general shape of the hat is starting to be pretty good, it's safe to refine this top part without needing to worry about that you'll accidentally ruin it later on. Next we're going to make the edge of the hat, and that means that we're going to slim this down with some sweeping cuts. If you're struggling to control these push cuts and keep on making small cuts on this part of the hat, this pairing cut version of the sweeping cut might be easier to control. Next we can start slimming down this middle part, and for that we can copy the height of the base from the knight. And then we can also mark where the thickest part of the base starts. And we're going to start this slimming down by making a stop cut right below where this sweeping cut ends. While we're slimming this down, we can also start creating this base. So we can lower this edge a little bit and try to get this closer to this angle. This step is all about these sweeping cuts that end over here as stop cuts. So right here I'm going for that same angle for the base as with the knight. And even the other pieces. So the pawn has the same angle, even the very start of the rook has the same angle. And I think this is a great way to not only make individual pieces, but to make a set that has some uniformity, so that they're made in the same style. Once the angle is starting to look good, it's time to make this little cut, and it works the same way as with the previous pieces. Then we're gonna do the rounding for this part, and that's again just small push cuts. And also this, what I call the reverse push cut. Next we're making this inside curve over here. And for this we're using these sweeping cuts. So the first shape we're making is something like this. And then we're just going to continue going deeper and deeper. But we don't need to get this deep from over here. It's enough if we go down like somewhere over here. And in these tight areas, it's very important to use the tip of the blade because that's way more agile. So this part doesn't turn very well over here. It's gonna squeeze against this. But the very tip can turn in a tighter area because it's not as wide. This here is a good way to reach this inside curve from the other side. And it's one way to utilize the paring cut version of the sweeping cut. Usually, when we're making paring cuts, the thumb is much closer to where the blade is going. But this time it's not possible really, since this is the direction that we're going in. So the movement initially is like a typical paring cut, but somewhere over here the emphasis is much less on this closing and much more on this closing. So the movement comes from these fingers over here. You could keep this the way it is, but oftentimes what you see with these bishops is that this inside curve kind of slices straight through this shape on the top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also do a similar thing. I don't recommend just trying to slice it off with one go because you might break the entire thing. It's such a small connection right there. Instead, it's safer to use a few push cuts at first. And then we can get it leveled with the inside of the hat. And now there's more room to work over here. Again, similarly to this part of the rook, this is a bit of the same. So if it's difficult to clean this part up, or even just to get in there, you can use a little bit of sandpaper to make the task a little bit easier. Right now we're almost done. What's left is making some additional details, so that means adding more grooves like these. I'm gonna make one of those right above this flared part. Adding a little bit of curvature like this onto the brim of the hat can add a little bit of nice detail. So this is just a sweeping cut that ends here as a stop cut. Next I'm making the final detail, and that's this bit, but because this is a bigger piece, I'm making it so that it's at the same height as the top of the base on the knight. What I'm doing here is just some final adjustments. With these new details, I think this will look better if the middle part is a little bit slimmer and has a little bit more curvature. But once all of these final adjustments are done, that's it for the project.